Hello, everybody, and welcome to CastleTales, where we play D&D and tabletop games in our cozy castle studio streamer area, place, room, tower
mansion.
of stone, dungeon, mansion area. It's all an optical illusion and nothing's real. So thank you for joining us tonight on episode 19 of Hot DQ for the Dragon Queen. We appreciate you being here. And here's a time where we would thank our sponsors, but we don't have any, but that's all right. So we got a big shout out and a thank you to Tabletop Audio because we use their audio all the time. We love it very much. It's very good audio for all tabletop audio needs.
You got there.
No, they're amazing. You can like make playlists and like export them out, which is fantastic. Save them to your computer. I think that might be for Patreons only, but I'm not sure. That could be for everybody, which is even better. So you can, import them into your Foundry, do whatever you want with them. All they ask is for a little recognition, a shout out, and buy them that coffee if you're so inclined. Yeah, that's all I got. Did you still got the map?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Moravoy over on Patreon. I use a lot of his maps for our encounters, and I will continue to do so throughout all of Tyranny. So, thank you.
All right, nice. I like their maps a lot. Thank you very much for Owl to DM tonight. We appreciate you greatly. We also have, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
My name is Doe. I play a character in this campaign named Euphoria, who is a barbarian tiefling. She's pretty kick-ass and pretty much a bimbo, but it's all good.
All right. Hi everybody, I'm Chan, and I play Gormsh, the Spear of Gormsh, a orc paladin, half-orc paladin, I guess. And yes, I guess, do you want to hit it with the recap?
I could do that.
Or you want me to do the recap with my notes? Doe is doing her own recap, so it's up to you.
You mean for
Episode 18?
Are you doing a recap too?
Oh, no, he's talking about
for
my
your-
campaign.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
For which one?
Yeah.
Mine will do mine.
Let's see. Last episode, chapter 4, episode 18, A Heartfelt Goodbye. Our crew was staying at the Sangria Saltwater Tavern for roughly 5 to 6 days, as they were waiting for the Cult of the Dragon to roll through town. During this time, they explored the city, went and spent their gold on weapons and other merchandise, had a couple of adventures with their baby wormling dragon, Moth Dragon, but at the end of the last night, they met with a ranger named Delan, and this ranger offered and told them he could take care of the baby wormling better than this crew who was on a different mission. At the end of the night, Euphoria gave up Moth Dragon to Delan, and they went on their separate ways. Euphoria, ending the night, curled in a ball, crying herself to sleep. You woke up in the morning to the sound of chains and metal scraping together, horses neighing, people shouting orders to each other and talking. And that's all I have in my notes. Do you have anything to add?
I mean, that sums it up pretty good. Mine goes into probably more nitty-gritty than is necessary. I had some notes about Moth getting loose from Euphoria and running around the jewelry store and running into the back, stealing a exceptionally expensive looking necklace. And we managed to bail out of the store with Moth unnoticed. We got some hoagies. Let's see. Celebon says she doesn't work for the city and she can't get us on as guards, but she can recommend us as caravan guards for a route in 5 to 6 days. So we decided to stay at Sangria Saltwater, specifically in a room that can see the north gate. And we noticed and followed a palanquin through the city to the north gate. Turns out we found out through some clever, diplomacy with some of the other merchants, and found out that it is indeed the Black Dragonborn lady from the cult. Yes, and then the notes about Delon Winterhound. And Loska, the wolf that was following us. And he gave us both a black chromatic rose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said that rose was in D&D Beyond, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can just search chromatic rose, and then it'll have all the variants. And you can click on the little black link, and it'll take you to the black ones.
Got it. Thank you. Save it in hot DQ.
Hot DQ.
I had some DQ yesterday. It was called DQ though.
Hot DQ.
Was this considered a long rest?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And before we get into today, I will remind. Well, I said it last time, but if you don't remember, excuse me. For the next chapter, pretty much. I'll let you know when it goes back to normal. But I wanted to try every day as a short rest. Every evening is a short rest, with every 7th day being a long rest.
Okay.
That way it just kind of it makes it so that each time you guys come across an event, you're not full health for every single one. I wanted to play a little bit into some survival-esque.
Can't just go balls to the wall every single encounter and
Correct.
just dump everything.
You cannot rage 3 times in one encounter and be ready to rage tomorrow 3 more times.
Burn 7 spell slots in one encounter.
Correct. That is what I am trying to avoid with this. So, let's see.
Just absolutely shit on a group of bandits.
Fireball, 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 fireball. Okay.
Lead us into your world, DM.
What?
Said lead us into your world, DM.
Into my world. Right.
Lead us to victory.
Gorge, as the morning progresses, you start to hear more clangs and bangs, the sound of chains and animals neighing outside the window to your room. I'm going to guess that you're up since the crack of dawn, polishing your shoes as usual.
Of course, of course.
Euphoria, you wake up to the sound of a particularly loud, maybe someone accidentally dropped a crate into the back of a wagon too hard, and you hear this and it kind of stirs you from your slumber. If you guys look out the window, you can see that there looks to be 10 to 15 to 20 wagons and carts all out in a messy circle in the yard that's kind of in front of Celebon's shop and the other shops. It kind of looks like it's just a mishmash of the merchant that the cultists talked to the night before, along with some of Celebon's people, along with another merchant getting stuff ready. It's like one big party from all these different groups of people.
Okay. She's gonna shoot awake as soon as she hears that wagon, or hears the commotion come from outside. Are you even disturbed by that noise? Are you in the zone?
I think I would have been listening to them for as long as I've been awake. Can I tell how long they've been at it? So could I take a guess at how close to being done prepping they are, or does it sound like they're prepping or just going through?
If I'll say it looks like maybe they're about halfway done with all their prepping. It doesn't look organized. It looks like each person and group is kind of tending to their own thing, but it looks like about half of the wagons are done and loaded up.
He's sitting in a chair, just kind of looking out the window, and he's got a boot, just kind of slowly polishing the toe on it. They're good morning, by the way. They're only about halfway done. I've been watching these idiots try to load a wagon. It's honestly a bunch of drunk donkeys. Could probably do a better job. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon if we want some breakfast.
She kind of just like giggles underneath her breath. Wouldn't that be quite a show, seeing a bunch of drunk donkeys doing this?
It'd be really impressive. Do you say it quiet enough to where you can't hear you?
No, loud enough to where you can hear. Or where he can. Can she do a perception out the window just to see if she sees anything unusual happening?
Sure.
I got a street-facing window.
Oh, God.
Don't count unless it's good.
Does it not count? I don't know. It fell out of my hand. It did. It's a 7.
Doesn't count.
You don't seem to see it. It looks like chaos out there. It
Okay.
looks like organized chaos.
Organized chaos. Okay.
You can't really tell like who's with who or like who's riding with what wagon, but it definitely looks like there's a process that's happening, I guess.
Okay.
And we can tell pretty clearly that it is at least somewhat the cult out there. Members of the cult doing shit.
You can see what looks to be like. It almost looks like there's 3 or 4 from your viewpoint right now, wagons that seem to be kind of tucked in together, and it seems like this group of people, they're all talking amongst themselves, but they're set away from. They're like set far away, but there's a distinct like. People
They're kind of in like their own little group.
Yeah. Like high school cliche. Is that
Clique?
what's the clique? Yeah, that word. Like they're not. You might see someone walk up to them and try and talk to them about maybe loading some stuff onto the back of their wagon because it looks like it has room, and they just shoot them away.
Okay.
Do you think that Dragonborn's down there?
No. There's no way she'd be down here helping. She's got to be in hiding right now. I'm guessing these are just all the, the breakback workers. They lift 1,000 pounds of gold and you're gonna break your back. That shit's heavy. But what is their attire? Are they like whenever I hear cultist, I can't think of anything but like a straight black robe, like a fucking giant red skull on the front of it, right?
That's fair.
But just looking super shady as fuck. But I imagine they're probably not.
Knowing what you guys are looking for, you were able to spot them out a bit easier in a crowd of people. You can kind of see the group dynamics going on, but if you were someone who was just coming along on this trip to go on the trip, they look like regular travelers.
Okay.
They're normal people going on this trip.
Okay.
They're unassuming. They don't look like they're up to no good. They're just getting their carts ready. Some of them look like they're teamsters for the horses. Some of them look like they might be geared up as guards.
I'm curious, what's in there? They look like they're putting together a caravan of wagons, correct?
Yes.
What kind of, I guess, what stands out that tells us they are cultists? What I'm getting at is I'm potentially wanting to either look like one of them or convince them that we got recruited as guards for the caravan.
Okay.
There's nothing that really sets them apart if you were just like walking down there to look for the first time, but with you having followed them to the merchant last night, with you just kind of being around and seeing them and knowing that this was the merchant they went to, and how they're kind of acting in turning away other people, you kind of just notice this as watching from your window.
Okay.
You can tell, but they're dressed like normal people, normal travelers who are just going on the road for this trip.
Okay.
So there's nothing to distinguish them from the normal populace outright, but just with your searches and your investigations from the previous episode, I'm giving that to you now.
Okay. Cool. We got something to go on for sure. Well, they're about halfway done. Go get some breakfast.
I'm always down for breakfast. She's going to get up from her spot, and I imagine that she was like kind of gazing out the window from her bed, and she puts on her backpack and she realizes that her backpack is pretty hollow and doesn't carry or support any of the weight that used to be supported there before.
My backpack feels suddenly light.
Yeah.
Big
Big sad.
Remember you. Where did my... Okay. Alright, well, should we not, is it a bad subject if I order eggs, or...
He was already hatched. And then she's just gonna open the door quickly and walk out in front of you.
Oh, I just wanted to be sensitive. Alright, we'll go downstairs. Morning, barkeep!
It's biscuits and gravy again.
Yo.
He says exceptionally loud for how early it is.
The barkeep's already been up and moving about making breakfast. Got like eggs on one side of the griddle and some biscuits kind of turned over on the other side. A big pot of gravy, sausage gravy, boiling on the stove. It's easy to make. That's why he makes it all the time. And he slides you 2 morning ales across the bar.
Ah. And the dog.
Euphoria doesn't even touch it.
You don't like yours?
She, for a moment, picks up the mug and sets it back down, and she scoots it away from her.
And before you can change your mind, he just scoops it right off the bar and downs it. Waste not, want not, right? Or want if you want, waste it. Don't waste it if you want it. Yeah, that's it.
It's all yours. I'm not in the mood for drinking this morning.
All right. Biscuits.
Scrambled
That's how we
eggs
eat.
or over
Man,
easy. Man, I miss eggs so much.
You know, maybe because it, showed up at some point, that could mean that it'll disappear at some point.
Yeah, hopefully.
You just, eat some and then quickly followed by some Benadryl and build up a tolerance.
Eat some, stab myself in the leg,
Yeah.
and then eat some more.
Let's go!
And why do I imagine Octane?
Yeah,
Egg.
Come on, there's just like 6 of them sticking out of here, just like eating a bowl of fucking scrambled eggs.
I'm immune.
I'm invincible. You know what I think? Alright. We got some breakfast. Go outside of the inn. Are you, I know you didn't drink anything, but you ate, right? So are you ready to go, like, fuck with cultists?
Sure, it's
Alright,
fine. I
cool.
can take my anger out on them.
Oh, that's what. Alright, so, here's the plan. And he, like, pulls out a napkin across the bar. We're gonna pretend we're guards. That's the whole plan. And then he just kind of, like, scoots the napkin off the bar.
Was there like a stick figure on the...
Nothing.
Nothing
He
on
just
it?
scooted it over.
Just like a cat knocking it off the counter.
And then passed it off. He didn't have enough plan to need to write it down.
Gormsh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to thoroughly explain to me how are we going to convince them that we're part of the guard?
With our swords. Well, I have a Yikla. And you have a great axe.
I
But
have-
you give a point.
One shoulder pauldron, and that's it.
That's more than most
kinda-
civilians have. By at least one.
They're gonna scoff at me. I'm not even in complete attire for this.
I bet you if you chop one of their heads off, they'd, reconsider really quick.
Well, mass murder is a little bit different than, like...
Well,
what,
it's
I
one-
just go out there and chop off a head and say I'm part of the crew?
Well, if they scoff at you and, doubt your skills and just off of one of them, not mass murder, just single murder.
Well, I don't feel like that will settle well with just one murder in front of a bunch of people. I don't, like...
Let's hope we can convince them then.
I've had a bounty on my head before, and that's how you do it. That's... You kill in front of people.
Well, let's really hope we convince them then. Because Celebon did not hire them, so she cannot get us on as caravan guards.
Okay. What is my deception?
Which seemed good at first, but seems bad now.
Yeah.
But
I'll say that if you guys are like standing outside the bar discussing this or something, while you're like looking at them, you can see that there are other merchants a part of this this caravan. It looks like to be there about.
oh wait, it looks like the whole fucking group of people are
There's
going in?
there's like it looks to be like 4 to 5
Morning ale, sorry.
cultist wagons, and it also looks to be about 13 to 14 other carts and wagons of people
And they're
making this trip.
Okay.
And they're
Okay.
all
All
like
going to that.
combined into one giant mass group. Just
Okay.
like Celebon's helping some people, another merchant's helping some people, the merchant that the cultist went to the other night is helping them.
Gotcha.
It's like this whole conglomeration of people getting ready to make this trip.
Is
I follow.
the tavern keep or someone that owns this tavern helping a group of people?
No, he runs the tavern
Okay.
as like you guys stood here and waited for this caravan to start for 7 days. That's like his business is housing people who come in and wait for the
Okay.
caravan to head out.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
Okay.
Celebon is out on the yard though, working and helping some
Okay.
people with stuff.
I was thinking it was like separate caravans. Okay, cool. So we just gotta go talk to Celebon, get set up as guards over here, and finagle our way up onto their wagon,
Yeah.
and then chop their heads off.
No. Yes. Just how do you think we're going to do that?
With their weapons.
Well, yes, of course, cutting the heads off, but before that,
Getting the guards on.
Yes.
We just gotta go talk to Celebon. There you go.
You think Celebon's got is gonna hook us up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Finger guns.
Okay. All
First
right.
time Gordon's just doing finger guns.
Let's go find Cinnabons.
Let's go Cinnabon. What's her name? Cinnabon Ackenberger?
Akin. Celebon.
Acken Cinnabon. That's right. Alright.
I'll say Celebon actually sees you approaching. Says, "Hello, friends," and she gives you guys a couple like muscle guns. Cause
I forgot.
Again.
I forgot.
Fucking jacked.
She kind of like waves her arm behind her and says, "I've got a few different merchants here who are looking for guards or a member of their wagon. I could put in a good word with you, but you might have to show them that you're capable of being guards."
Oh. Let me ask you. Which one is the coolest?
The coolest? I don't know about that.
It just reminded me of the scene in Night at the Roxbury when they go to the gym and they start
Well, if you like animals, you could talk with Oyen over there. He likes to transport exotic birds across the land for people who want fancy pets.
I mean, technically, I had an exotic bird for a little while.
I think he would look down at you calling him a bird, but
Gorb's just like really thinking about this. I don't know.
She's gonna continue. You could talk with Samar Dog. Samar Dog. It looks like he's got some porcelain in the boxes. He's always happy to talk with someone, though.
Okay.
Samadog.
There's Lai, who likes to. She's like pointing over to each of the little caravans. It looks like he's got some perfumes that he's carrying and hoping to make a profit with. I've got this weird guy over here, Las Felro. He doesn't say much, and when you look over, there's just this human sitting at the front of his cart, and he's just deadpan, staring straight ahead, no smile, nothing. And you look at the back of his cart, and he's just got this giant statue sitting on the back of his cart. It's just a gargoyle that's sitting there, and you can see there's this silver chain that leads to the front of the wagon. It's just like this monotone silent shaking.
I was really expecting like just the most ridiculous thing, like you see in the back of his wagon just filled with pink dildos. Like it's just like
there's Nuhar and his brother Selvik. They've got some wood carvings made by elves, I believe. And Edhelry, she's just carrying straight exotic wood.
Exotic wood. Is it Brazilian or?
It's Chulton. Actually.
I've heard that's good wood.
Long, hard, dark jungle wood.
No.
Yeah. It's the best kind.
I don't know, which one strikes your fancy? Exotic wood?
There's also Nerahite and Akreni. And you can see that they've just got these wagons piled full off to the side. There's plenty of choices.
Statue sounds kind of cool. I like gargoyles.
Well, he's weird, though.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not always bad, but it can get... There's an awkward silence. You know? I don't know if he's gonna reply back, and we can be like, hey, we're your guards, and he's just like deadpan, and you know, like...
And then we'll be like, just say nothing if you agree for us to be your guards, and then boom, we're hired.
That's true. Saves the hustle. I mean, would we even have to, like... I mean, there's no persuading him, is there? I don't know.
Can we see, based on how they're set up, who might be directly in front or behind the cultist wagon?
No, you cannot. You cannot see that.
Okay.
They're all they're in like a giant, like messy circle.
Okay. We can take our guess then. Which one struck your fancy?
Oh man, they all sound pretty good.
I've got 8 of them, so if you just want to take a stab at it and roll a d8, you can do that too.
You down for random?
Sure,
Yeah.
let's do it.
I swear to God, if this lands on the monotone guy, it'll kind of be fucking awesome.
Come on, gargoyle.
I don't know where D8's in there, so I'm just gonna do it from my tablet. 8.
Ooh, that was gargoyle guy.
Was it?
It's not.
Damn
It was an exotic wood chick, though.
It was Akreni Uliyetin.
Gesundheit.
You can see that he's actually got 2 wagons.
Oh, cool.
As you approach him, and he's wearing just a basic leather garb. He's a very boorish man with no trace of civilization about him.
Oh.
As you approach him, he says, "Hello, what can I do for you?" Like this
Hey.
low, gruff accent.
What's your name?
My name's Akreni. I'm headed to Waterdeep with these furs and hides to make a selling.
Can I call you Rennie?
No, I prefer Akreni.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Is there anything I can help you two with today?
Well, are you in need of some security?
Oh, I mean, I've got Ben and Henry back there to guard that wagon, and one of them guards that wagon and drives it, and one guards this wagon with me. I could only really use one more hand.
What is Ben and Henry doing?
Ben's like tying off some tarps and stuff on this back wagon, and Henry's doing the same on the front one.
Okay.
I don't think this is gonna work. He wants somebody with only one hand.
What?
He said he's only got room for one more hand.
One more hand.
We both got 2 hands. We gotta find someone else.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Thank you for your time. We'll pass.
Should I roll the D8 again?
Sure.
7.
All right. You walk up to a single wagon, and you see a male human merchant, like tending to a bunch of silks in the back. They're all like hanging on bars from the top rope or the top of his caravan. Inside, there's just like a bunch of silk that's all hanging there, and he's got some like boxes too. And he's not really paying attention to you as you approach. He's more working with his merchandise.
Okay. Nightshade's like already like in the silk.
I feel like a princess. Let's pick this one. And she accidentally burns a hole in one of them.
Oh no!
Yeah. Just tuck this one in the back.
Sir.
Yes, hello.
We've been hired on to, fuck, what are we doing?
We're picking the cards.
We're being the guards, right? We got hired on to, be your guards, specifically.
Oh, well, I've made this trip many times, and each merchant hires their own guards. I don't believe we've met before. Who are you?
She's gonna bow, very quickly and just, kind of, I imagine she's towering him a little bit.
Yeah, he's like 5 foot.
He's just like shaded by her.
Imagine you just gotta look at everyone like just over the side of your boobs. Just
She's just, I'm Euphoria, and, I will be taking care of you on this journey. Or your stuff, at least.
Do you want to make a charisma check for me?
Yes. What is my charisma?
You could. He's slightly intrigued. I gave you charisma because you seem to be trying to talk to him. Persuasion check, but if you'd rather show him how strong you are by picking up some of the boxes, you can make an athletics check instead.
I rolled a 2 for that charisma check, so...
So, I mean, it could be a persuasion or an athletics check.
Okay.
Whichever one you want.
Using the same roll that I
Yeah.
just did. Okay. I mean, that makes it a 5 for athletics.
Can I assist this roll by just idly picking up a box and like just pressing it, like marine pressing it into the air behind
You can
her?
make your own athletics check.
Cool, I'll do that.
Oh no! I don't think it's gonna be this guy.
That's a nat 1.
He's gonna look at you both, and you can see you like fumbling his box a bit in the background. It's like, no, I don't think I need any help with my merchandise this trip. You're more than welcome to travel along on the side in case some other. He's not gonna hire you on, but he says you can travel alongside my cart if you really want to make this trip.
I mean, we can walk on the side and, at least be a part of this trip, or we could try somebody else.
Third time's the one with the most luck.
Oh, that's another 7. Hold on. I'll reroll that. 1.
Gargoyle guy.
That was exotic birds, man.
Oh!
Almost gargoyle guy.
Um,
Is he 5?
the guy was 4.
Wasn't it? Alright, cool. Exotic birds. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had, a little bit. Well, no, I didn't really have any experience with anything. I don't know why. She just starts like bawling.
You just see these wings flapping in the back of their cages.
Maybe not exotic birds.
It's okay. I can do this.
All right. If you want, if that's fine.
She starts following him behind you, and you start walking up to the caravan.
Yeah. Last one, I'll walk up to the merchant.
Okay, you see this guy is struggling with a couple of bags of birdseed on the ground, like he's trying to pick them up and put them in the back of the caravan.
Can I kind of quick step up behind him, grab the top, and just pop him up there for him?
Yeah, why don't you make one more athletics check?
Let's do it. Big money. Ooh, that was so much better with an 8.
We're killing it.
First roll, it was a nat 20. Now I rolled a 1 and a 2.
he feels the weight lifted from his hands as you just slap it into the pile of the other ones. And there's like birds in the back. They're all like squawking in their cages. Just like, and he turns around and he's like, oh, thank you so much for your help. And he gives you like a slight bow. Are you interested in, trying to get to Watergate as a, or Waterdeep as a, as a guard or something? I'd be willing to hire you.
Yeah, actually, we were looking for someone to hire us on as guards. Hopefully, you need someone with 2 hands, though. We both have 2 hands.
Oh, both of you.
So wait, it'd be 4 hands total.
Euphoria's like looking at her hands.
4 hands and a tail? Can you? 4 hands. Just 4 hands.
I need to make sure that both of my guards are adequately prepared. Would you also be able to lift these bags into the back of the cart? And he asks you.
How many bags are like sitting on the ground?
There's like 1 or 2 more.
She's gonna try to grab both of them at the same time and toss them up there.
Okay.
Is this, what is this?
Athletics.
Athletics. 15.
He sees you just like heave and put him in place, and he's like, "That's fantastic. You good sir, I think I could pay you 5 gold per 10 day, and miss, I think I can afford you 10 gold per 10 day if you're willing to guard my caravan on the way to Waterdeep."
I'll take it.
Make it 7 and you get a deal.
He looks at you and says, "No, I think 5 is my answer. And
There
if you don't, if you disagree, I'm sure there's other merchants around that would be willing to hire you."
Back to the D8. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, 5 goals. Alright, what was, alright, that's fine. But, if I hunt anything, I keep it, alright?
Anything you hunt is yours.
No.
I think Euphoria sees how small this like wagon is and knows that she can't get on it.
Yeah, there's no room for you or Gorbs to sit on this wagon. Gorbs, she might be able to sit on the front and ride, but there's no room for Euphoria on this wagon.
Okay.
What was your name again?
He sticks his hand out. Oin.
Oi!
Oin.
Oin!
Oin.
O-Y-N.
Oh,
Oin Evanmore.
Evanmore. Does he happen to be like a dwarf?
He's a human male. Male human merchant.
Human.
And then, as you guys have been walking around the caravan, can you both roll a d20?
Please get a decent roll
You got a 15. What are you
that's
talking
true.
about?
That's true.
I rolled a 5. I got a 1, 2, and a 5.
19.
Don't worry, this roll doesn't come into play for another 10 episodes, so...
Oh, okay.
Good. That's future Chan's problem then.
Future Chan's problem.
Okay. You can see that most of the caravan's all ready to go. Everyone's kind of finished packing up. There looks to be some other guards for the other wagons that have been hired. You two have been hired to guard Oin and his exotic birds.
Birds just oing, oing.
You can see Celebin kind of walking around saying goodbye to the people she knows and the merchants, and she stops by and lets you know that the journey is long and arduous. that it should take about 60 days to get to Waterdeep, and that you'll be traveling roughly 15 miles a day, and that every 7th day the animals need a break, and so you'll just be resting for the entire day.
Okay.
All right.
You can see that some of the carts have what look to be like 1 or 2 passengers, who just look like they're not transporting anything, but they've paid for a spot on someone's wagon to head to Waterdeep or wherever they're going. So there's 8, 14, 16. It looks to be about 16 wagons altogether that are slowly like converging into one line, headed out on the route. The cultists' caravans, as you keep watch, seem to mingle in with the other carts, so it all just looks like one long line. They're not like some people here, cultists, and then more people. It's like some people, a cultist wagon, more people, cultist wagon, etc. And I'd say it's probably about 10 in the morning as you get on the road, headed out of the outer city, up towards, I should pull up.
Do they have a pretty equal spacing of their security on their wagons?
The cultist wagons?
Yeah.
It looks like there's about 3 people to each wagon.
Okay.
Looks like there's a teamster, someone sitting up front next to the teamster, and then someone sitting on like the back of the wagon.
Okay. Off we go.
First day, your journey takes you north of Waller's Gate, up into... Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, you start kind of traveling the road. Just a warmish, slightly breezy day. Not much happening as you travel along the road. You take stops every couple of hours so the animals can rest and get a drink of water. During these off times on the first day, you notice a small halfling kind of walking around all the wagons, just like looking at the back of the stuff and like looking at people and saying hello and introducing himself, but he's also like, it looks like he's kind of like snooping about everybody's cart and wagon and seeing what everyone has. Just throughout the day, you kind of notice this.
Seems a halfling?
Yes. And during one of these breaks, he walks up to Euphoria and says, "That's a lovely cloak you're wearing. Would you be willing to part with it?" And like, without even asking, he just already reached out and he's like touching the fabric of your cloak.
That sounds familiar.
She kind of like draws back from him reaching out to her very quickly and pulls on her cloak and kind of pulls it away from his hand.
And he like kind of looks at you from where he's like, "Oh, excuse me, my apologies. My name is Lasvius, and I'm a teamster here for this caravan. I hope you're doing well today."
I am doing very well. You offered me, what were you offering for this cloak?
Would 10 gold be enough for your cloak?
The cloak of protection one? Don't you have the patchy one?
This just says fur cloak, so I don't know. It probably is.
You have the patchy cloak, but the fur cloak is from the Citadel, the Sunless Citadel. I'll let you guys take a couple of items over from that.
Okay. I don't think I have a cloak of protection, do I?
You have the fur cloak, and you've got the cloak with all of the patches on it.
Okay.
That one was like cloak of many things or some shit.
Yes. cloak of useful things.
That's a lot of useful things.
Useful things. I need to put that in here because I don't have that information in here.
Well, did we ever identify it?
I don't think so.
No, you haven't, because I still have the sheet that has what the patches are.
Okay.
I've got a sheet here that when you identify it, I rolled all the items that are on the cloak. But yes, you did guess what it is.
Oh.
You
I
don't know what it
Gorge
is
doesn't know
yet.
what it is. I don't know what it is.
But he's touching your fur cloak that you're wearing.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let it go for that. Sorry. And then she's just going to kind of wrap the loose ends and tuck it behind her where he cannot reach around to grab it.
He's gonna like mutter under his breath and kind of continue on the way up the wagon. He's talking to other people. You can see him like trying to haggle with other people for stuff as well.
I don't like that little dude's attitude.
I don't either. It gave me the heebies.
I know, right? Why didn't I? Why didn't? What do I do? Not have anything he wants to buy?
What are you wearing?
He's got his normal, his full, well-used armor and Yikawa that is clearly very sentimental and customized. So
Yeah.
nothing that would be worth buying whatsoever. Well, he does have a cloak of protection on, actually.
Euphoria, this continues throughout the day. Every couple of hours you stop in Lasvius, excuse me. That's Losvius. Lasvius.
Ooh, I spelled that right. Holy
Holy
crap.
He comes back and he's like, "Are you sure? 10 gold's quite a lot. Make it in one day for that warm cloak." He keeps coming back every couple of hours and just like bugging you for it.
I think eventually, like after she sees that he keeps coming back, she's going to actually take her cloak off and put it in her backpack.
Okay. Okay. Comes by, he sees you're not wearing the cloak anymore. He's like, "Did it get too hot out here for you?" And he kind of goes to like walk around the back of your wagon to almost look in the back to see if there's like a cloak or something hanging back there, just like looking in your wagon, looking in the wagon for stuff.
What was this dude's problem? She's saying that to Gorge?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like this guy's attitude. I've had problems with people going through tents before.
I don't know. Should we do like fucking teach him a lesson?
He needs to mind his own business. That's what he needs to do.
She's going to.
Maybe a good bonk will teach him.
I was thinking a good bonk or a good prank. Maybe put, if we have some ink or something in a bag and like that, and it'd explode on him.
Exploding ink on a bag. I like it.
I don't know if I have anything like that.
Hey. Get a bag.
Where's my
Bam.
shit? There it is.
Blam.
I have oil. No, flags. I also have, and she points at her ring. Her dirty ring.
The ring of endless dirtiness.
He could fuck with them.
Oh, that's right. It's a dirt Mephisto.
Yeah. Dusty Dan.
Dusty day.
I also have this, and she pulls out a mushroom. But I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Don't want to hurt him, because that'll draw attention to us.
What does Dusty Dan do?
I mean, last time he was summoned, he kind of already creeped me out, but maybe he can creep the other guy out, and maybe that'll work.
Put Dirty Dan in a box, right? Outside on the back of the wagon with your cloak, like, sticking out. And when he opens up the box to grab your cloak, Dirty Dan will fucking jump out like a like a derp in a box.
I mean, that's actually kind of brilliant.
And then you can just slap him across the face, and then he won't mess with the wagon anymore. Dirty Dan could, like, you know, draw on his face and give him a, you know, like a dirty Sam.
I don't remember what she's supposed to say. Dusty Dan. Dusty Dan. Dusty Dan. Like, fucking...
You just see this dust cloud appear at your feet, kind of swirls. Oh, I'm free again, and you're still looking as dirty as ever.
God, that does not sound appealing at all.
You wouldn't mind if I just had a taste. And he like drags his finger down your leg.
How dirty are you?
She's gonna look here, you little shit. You're gonna hear me out, and she's gonna pull out her fur coat and kind of pass it to him. Or imagine that it's gonna get dirty.
It's gonna get so dirty.
Okay.
This has some like white fur on it. You sure you want to hand this to me?
Shit, how is she gonna do this?
Is there any, like, boxes or barrels that are empty on the back of this wagon?
So you could like move some like bags of like seed off to the side and you empty it, and you can empty like a box that was full of seed.
Okay.
But now it's just like bags that are stacked up on
Okay.
the side, which is fine.
Stay here, and she's gonna have like that little dust thing staying there, and she's gonna throw the fur cloak over her shoulder, and she's gonna empty out one of those boxes, and then she's gonna stuff this this cloak into the box, but only have like the end of it sticking out. And I'm gonna ask him to jump inside.
Okay. Do you want him to be like inside and like the cloak over the top of it, like covering him, or do you want the cloak mostly inside with like a piece of it hanging out the corner, and then have him like underneath and inside? Just, like settled in with all his. He's just gonna like settle in there, and you're just gonna see his form disappear, and just a bunch of dust collapse all over your cloak.
Oh. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Euphoria doesn't know that. She doesn't know what his capabilities are for being so dusty or what's going on with the robe. And hoping that, you know, she shuts it real quick and she doesn't know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna say that the crate, there's no lid to the crate. It's like an open air. crate on
Ah,
top.
okay.
Like someone could just reach in and grab stuff.
Okay.
Leave the cloak hanging out a little.
Yeah, the cloak's gonna hang out a little bit and see what happens. Set it up as a trap.
Are you-
Actually, she's gonna like lean over. If anybody touches this but me, I need you to... Oh, what does he do? Hold on. Let me look it up.
Jump out and give him a dirty sandwich.
Dirty sandwiches.
I'm bringing him up real quick.
Just slap him with your dirty paws.
He has blinding breath.
That would work.
That would work.
Pop out and blind the shit out of him. That's a great idea.
I just need you to breathe your hot, dusty breath on him.
Ooh wee, can do, mama.
Sunday morning.
Literally what I imagined.
Fucking hair's all sticking. Alright.
Okay.
We got a plan.
Yep.
The plan is good.
Anybody but me.
You see like his form half come up out of the dust, and he gives a little salute that just falls back into it.
So I guess I'll take post back on the front of the wagon. And can I see him from my post up there?
See,
Lucivius.
I'm gonna give you his last name too, because it's so much easier to pronounce. It's Lucivius Longnose.
Long nose.
And his nose is respectably large, even for a halfling.
Respectfully large.
Respectably large. Imagine like the goblins from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Looking respectfully.
That's funny.
You can see him kind of like waddling back to his caravan, the one that he's like hopping up into the seat and getting the horses ready to go. And you guys have probably another 2 to 3 hours of traveling that you make this evening before you all circle up into a caravan for the evening.
Did we see what he is transporting?
He looks to have a cart full of people. He's traveling with passengers. He's carrying a few different people to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see that there's a gnome, a human, and 2 humans.
Okay. Can I, as a well-battled, person, can I kind of give them a once-over and see if they look exceptionally well battle-worn for regular travelers?
The only one that looks battle-worn is one of the humans, and he also, just from where you're sitting, you can tell that he's a very tall man. Like, his head sticks abnormally higher over the top of the wagon than most of the other people in line here, and he looks to be like the guard of this wagon. He's got some basic leather tunic on with I'll say he's got a spear kind of stuck into a certain spot of the wagon that's easy for him to grab.
Okay. Everyone else looks fairly starry-eyed in comparison.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to run to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay. So you said we've kind of like pulled up into our caravan circle here now?
Yeah. And kind of everyone's starting to lay out their stuff and put up tents and get ready for the evening, feeding their animals. You can see one person's kind of set up. He looks like he's going to be the caravan chef for the trip. He's got a wagon that looks to be filled with different foods in the back, mostly dried goods. And it also looks like he's got 3 to 4 large barrels sitting in the back.
Okay. Can I try to post us up somewhere halfway between the cultist group and Lucivis's group or wagon?
Yeah, I'll say that like this is the food caravan tent.
Okay.
I'll say maybe like the cultists are out this way in their own group, and maybe what's his name, Longnose, is out here somewhere. So maybe you guys can be over here.
Perfect. Okay.
Everyone's kind of setting up their camps, getting ready for the evening, feeding their horses. One of the wagons, Euphoria, you can see, has kind of set up like a little pitched tent over the top. He's got like some tables out, and it looks like this is the caravan chef that he's setting up for evening meal.
Yum.
You can see that there's kind of a line building. It doesn't look like you pay him for anything, or I guess you would pay him. That's a lie. He does. This is his business. His business is selling food to people on the road. So Probably says like, I don't know, 3 silver for a plate of food and 5 silver for a beer.
I'll definitely take the beer, and then I've got some gator to eat.
Gator.
What's the food?
Tonight it looks like it's a jambalaya. He's still got some meat that's fresh from Baldur's Gate, and it looks like there's like some beans and almost some like tomato sauce. I'm thinking like a noodles and meats, just goulash dish.
Yum.
That does sound good.
He does kind of look at you both as you walk through line. He says, if you do happen to do some hunting along on this trip and bring me some meat, I can give you meals for free on this trip.
Alright.
Everyone enjoys having meat on this, having meat for one of their meals, but usually we don't get any about halfway through the trip. It starts to become scarcer and scarcer. So
I could definitely do that.
you can see in the back of his wagon, he's just got bags of rice and beans. And that's what he says, like, mostly we just have, some bowls of rice or mix in some of these beans for dinner, but if we can get some meat, we'll take it.
I'm sure that makes your travel harder. Protein.
I'll be sure to keep an eye out tomorrow. It's one of my preferred pastimes.
Kind of hands you your beers. Were you gonna order jambalaya?
Yeah, I was gonna
Gives you
get
this
some.
like hefty bowl. He sees how kind of big you are, and kind of goes in the back and gets a little bit of a bigger bowl and just slops it full. Hands you this large bowl of jambalaya with a thick slice of like white bread right on the side.
She'll flick them. How much was it?
3 for the meal and 5 for a beer.
Okay.
He's gonna say, "My name's Bade, by the way." You can see he's a half elf. Sitting there as he's cooking and filling your beers, and then he goes on. He's starting talking to the next customer already. He says, "Have a good night, folks," and he kind of like waves to you as he starts talking with the next travelers.
Can I see? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say his name is Bade, Beyd.
While she is eating, she's gonna try to glance up and see if she can see Longnose from where she's at.
He seems to be sitting around a campfire, just kind of talking with the members of his caravan. They almost look to be sharing stories or something.
While she's eating, she's just gonna lean over to Gorm, say something doesn't sit right with him. Point over, or not point over, but she's like nudging over to his direction. Longnose.
Oh, I know, right? No pun intended, but he doesn't know how to keep his nose out of other people's business.
Stands up to his name.
What did the cultists look like they're up to?
They've kind of moved through the line of food with very curt thank yous and paid for their meals and stuff, and they seem to be sitting in like a group by themselves again. Like the start of the day, how they were just kind of off to the side, not really conversing or being friendly with other people. You can see that most of the caravan's actually kind of walking around and people are talking and meeting each other, getting to know who's who. I'll say that you guys are approached by a few different people, and just you make basic conversation with them, so you kind of get to know who's in the caravan.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, wait, go ahead.
What's weird gargoyle guy doing?
He looks to be, he almost looks to be like he's getting his bedroll and stuff out and ready now, and he's laying it out right next to his wagon. It just looks like he'd be getting ready for bed already.
Classic car camping. Alright, well. Sorry, what were you going to say a second ago?
was just gonna say that's kind of what's gonna happen for the next couple of hours as people kind of start to wind down. You see the fires that have been around camp kind of start to get put out, and it's leading into the evening and nighttime.
Okay.
To roll to the next day.
As it's the fires are starting to, like, after dinner and everyone's starting to get ready for bed, could I spend maybe like an hour rigging up a very rudimentary rabbit snare in one of the nearby bushes?
Sure.
Cool.
Like
Or try to at least.
yeah, a survival check.
Cool, let's do it. And rabbit snare. Hey, I love that that's the good roll again. 21.
You set up the most beautiful rabbit snare you've set up in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the stick you found, it just bends perfectly. Like the string is all tied up right. You got like the rock set up or whatever. And however you want to set up this rabbit trap, it is ready.
Cool. That's exactly what I was thinking. Get that ready for bed, and then get my roll out and take this.
Why don't you roll a d6 for me?
I guess I'll post up right next to the wagon, probably at the back of it, preferably.
Okay. Before, are you doing anything in the evening?
I think she's gonna glance once more back at the wagon to see if her cloak has been disturbed at all.
It's not been touched.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's just gonna post up her bedroll and start getting ready for bed. But before she goes to bed, she's gonna mention to Gorm to sleep with one eye open.
Would you like to investigate any of the items you have this evening?
Yes.
I rolled a 3, by the way.
The mushroom.
A mushroom.
We can nibble it a little bit. Ooh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, I don't know if I should wait. It doesn't matter, whatever. I'm going to, since Ganache does not need sleep since he's undead, I'm going to unpack him out of my bag of holding, put him together, and have him just sit just inside the wagon in sort of like the shadow of the moon inside the wagon and just sitting there quietly
Okay.
with his sword for stabbing.
Okay.
Have him as guard.
As you... Excuse me. As you kind of look at this cluster of mushrooms that you picked, you can see that the cap of each mushroom is a different color. It's red, blue, white, green, and black. And as you look at them, they look eerily familiar to the rose you just received, the black one at least. And as you kind of look at these more and more, you realize that this mushroom is called Tiamat's toadstool.
Ooh.
And I'll say that you know a little bit about it, that if you eat one of the mushroom caps, you gain a resistance to that type of dragon for 8 hours.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty cool.
Whichever color it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You also have heard that if you eat more than one cap in a day within that 8-hour period, you'll actually take 1d8 of necrotic damage for each cap that you've eaten. So
Holy crap.
at least 2d8.
Can you send me a picture of that info?
Yes.
Do you still gain the effects of it? The beneficial?
No.
Oh, you just gain the... Okay, just take the damage.
Just take the damage. Yes, I will send you a link.
Thank you.
There is one head for each color.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it in the group chat.
Okay.
because-
Thank you.
Okay. Let's say it's about the middle of the night now. You guys are done and going to bed, correct?
Yes.
In the middle of the night, Gormshire sleeping at the back of the wagon. Euphoria, are you also sleeping at the back, or have you posted up on like one of the sides of the wagon?
I'm on the side. I
Okay.
don't think I'm on the back.
Gormsh, you wake up to a blast of dust covering the area around the back of the wagon. Unfortunately, that's the only thing you see when you wake up. It's just this big billowing cloud of dust. And after about a minute or so, you're not blinded or anything, but it seems to disappear. And when you look at the back of the wagon, Euphoria's cloak is gone.
Shit.
Oh, god damn it, shit. Oh, it's dirt all in my fucking sleep. Oh god, her glove, fuck. And then I'll go to check the box and see that it's gone. Damn it, Dirty Dan. You were supposed to blind him. What happened?
Well, I did blow my dust all at them, but it seems they were just too quick and managed to dive and duck and dodge out of the way.
God, ducking, damn it. Alright.
I tried my best. I couldn't catch a sight of them in the dark either. Don't know what they looked like.
Euphoria's still sleeping. Doesn't know this happened.
As you're standing there, you look around the dark caravan circle, and you don't see anything. You don't see any movement. You don't see anyone running back to their wagon. It looks peaceful and quiet. The only disturbance is only two people up, are you and Dusty there, Dirty Dan.
Ganache, did you see anything? Since he was sitting in the back of the wagon.
Why don't you roll a perception check for me?
For Ganache?
For Ganache.
Okay. Didn't roll for him in a while. What's your perception, buddy? Hey, 17.
Hey.
So Ganache communicates that he saw someone quickly yank the cloak out of the the most that Ganache saw was a cloaked figure, the cloak up over their head, and a hand that had reached into the crate to yank it out.
How tall were they?
How tall were they? Probably about 5.5 feet tall.
Oh. That's pretty big for a halfling. Don't think it was them.
You won't think it was a halfling? Bless you.
Anyways, someone's talking about it. You're still asleep,
Mm-hmm.
you said? Okay.
Yeah, she didn't wake up from this. At least I don't think so. You were whispering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, can't see nothing. I got nothing. Guess feeling a bit guilty. He feels like maybe he was, he thought he was gonna be able to catch him back there. So Gorm's just gonna kind of like shake out his bedroll, roll it up, and he's just gonna sit awake on the back of the wagon for the rest of the night with Ganache and Dirty Dan. Just the three of them.
You sitting there,
Yeah.
your legs kicking off the
Late
edge.
night boy, yeah, it's the late night,
Passing one down.
into the festy night, chilling with the boys outside, yeah. Watching the sun come
Okay. It's about at the crack of dawn. You can hear everyone starting to get up. Euphoria, you also wake up at this. You can hear just the rustling of people around you. Like horses neighing and people starting to pack up their gear to get onto the road right away in the morning. So that's when you wake up as well. Probably I'd say like 6 a.m.
Okay. Euphoria's gonna get up, and she's noticing that all these people are starting to get up and get ready for the next day. And she's gonna come around back to the wagon and see that your eyes are bloodshot, that you have been up all night.
Yeah.
And she also sees Dirty Dan, or Dusty Dan.
Dusty Dan won't make eye contact with you. He's just like not looking up at you or anything.
Hey, Dusty,
What's up, man?
why are you out of the box?
Well, I done tried, ma'am, but the thief was just too quick for me.
And she quickly moves to the box and sees that it's empty.
There's just some dust at the bottom.
Did you get a good look?
I didn't get any look.
Did you try to blind him?
Of course I tried to blind him. I did exactly what you said, but he must have shielded his eyes or something.
Yeah, goggles. Devious.
Devious. She looks at Corbs quickly. Have you been up all night? Did you see it?
He also is kind of just like not really making eye contact, just kind of like looking at the ground a little bit, and he's just like looks at you, goes, I don't know what happened. I was asleep. Ganache was on post. Dirty Dan was on post. And I woke up to a giant dust cloud.
See, I tried.
And your clothes was gone. Your clothes was gone. I don't know. Your clothes was gone. And I stayed up all night, see if they'd come back for more shit. And now I'm just really tired now.
That goddamn long nose. I knew it was him.
Ganache said it was somebody that was like 5 feet. So that seems pretty big for a halfling. I don't know.
She looks at Long Nose, or tries to find him in the crowd, and sees his stature of how tall he is.
He's like 3.5 to 4 feet tall.
Okay. Rip.
He's like, you can see that he's like at the back of his wagon, and his head's like at the level of the wagon, like where they're sitting at right now, like on the edge of the back of the wagon. You can see like his nose just comes up to the edge of it. Like he'd have a hard time. He'd really have to be like up on his toes.
Damn.
Looking in someone's wagon.
Could she do a perception to see if she sees her cloak at all anywhere nearby?
Sure.
Okay.
Just in your like desperation of like looking around,
Yeah.
looking over all the wagons, you can see pretty much anywhere.
9.
I will return the answer in German. 9.
Damn it.
It does not look like in this hustle and bustle that you could see your cloak anywhere.
Okay.
Bade has his wagon set up, and it looks like he's got a giant pot of oatmeal sitting on the stove at his wagon, and you can see people going through the line just getting bowls of oatmeal. And Owen comes back and says, "Good morning. I think we're going to hit the road here in about 30 minutes once Bade gets his station cleaned up. So that's the time you have to to get everything packed up before we start rolling. And then he's just gonna kind of like walk over and get in line. It looks like he's talking with some of the people in line.
Fine. Before you leave, have you seen a fur cloak around?
I have not. Was it the one you're wearing yesterday?
Yes.
I have not seen that. No.
Can you keep your eye out? I seem to have lost it.
Of course, of course.
Looking for my fur pashmina.
Yeah. Big rip.
All right. Before we, or I guess as we're all packing up, before we head out, I want to check to see if my rabbit snare caught anything.
You caught a pretty decent sized rabbit. I'd say you get about 3 days worth of rations.
All right, cool.
Off of it.
Chunky.
I'll still alive. I'll like with its feet tied up. I'll just walk it straight over to Bade.
Okay.
There you go. Here's my contribution for, I don't know what you call this, forest bacon.
Yeah, he'll take the rabbit and like hang it up on a hook in the back. Says I'll take care of this later. But next time you stop by for dinner, I'll make sure that you're properly fed.
All right.
Euphoria kind of just, I feel like she starts to reminisce back of tying this cloak around the little baby dragon, and she just, ponders around back, kind of keeping to herself until we get back on the road.
Okay.
She did it to herself, I don't know.
Yeah, Bade will get his wagon cleaned up, and the caravan will start heading north again on its second day of the trip. The day continues to pass much as the first. Stops every couple of hours to feed the animals, or to give the animals water, let them rest for 15 minutes before the caravan begins moving again. Day 2 passes without much happening into the evening, where again people gather much as the first night to swap stories and eat food, etc. Euphoria and Gormsh, you can make a couple of stealth checks to search the back of wagons if you'd like, to maybe see if Euphoria's cloak is sitting in the back of someone's wagon.
Okay.
I would love to.
I'd like to do that, and then I would also like to ask if I can make a perception roll for. I want to have spent the last day or two watching Longnose for what wagons he spends the most time poking his long nose into.
Okay. Yeah, you can make that perception check first.
If there is one in particular. Ooh, 21.
Okay. He seems to hang around the back half of the caravan more often than not. I wouldn't say you spot any one wagon in particular that he sticks his nose in the back of to see what's in there. But you can tell that anyone who's kind of in the latter half of the wagon, he seems to feel more comfortable talking to and trying to find things out about people.
Okay.
You even notice that in his talkings with people, he asks very he has questions that are almost maybe too personal for some people. Like
Very
he's
pointed.
looking for like secrets kind of things. Like, why are you headed to Waterdeep? Did you do something wrong in Baldur's Gate? Are you on the run from the law? He asks very pointed, almost secreted questions.
Yeah.
to
Okay.
people.
Okay.
All right. And then, would you remind me how many people are at his wagon?
There are 3 other people on his wagon.
We can do those stealth rolls.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. I think I still have disadvantage. I do. can I bring Ganache with me on this wagon hopping adventure?
Sure, and you can bring Nightshade if you want.
Okay. Does that give me an advantage on the roll, or?
Are you planning to use Ganache as like a advantage on the roll or another check? Because
Not as an advantage, but necessarily. But when we get to Longnose's wagon, I want to do a stealth roll for him to crawl into the back of his wagon.
okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Oh, I love that disadvantage. 17 with disadvantage
For your check.
for Ganache, or I mean for Gorp. Sorry.
Okay.
For Ganache, dexterity. Wow, he actually has +2. That's amazing. 18.
All right. Well, Euphoria, while you travel to one side of the caravan, your people see you walking by their wagons. You're almost taller than their wagons. And they're kind of like asking you what you're doing as you kind of peer into the back of each one of their wagons, looking for something like, hey, do you need something? Can I sell you something? Kind of thing. Gormsh, you on the other hand, you head over to Longnose's caravan, and you look into the back of a couple of the others along the way. And you don't see anything out of the ordinary. But as you help Ganache into the back of Longnose's wagon, you see his bony hand actually come out with a familiar cloak. As he's scrambled into the back of here, he actually found Euphoria's cloak. You rolled for it, but you hit the roll DC, but you kind of hear like and you see this furry, like this piece, the hood piece, kind of in his hands, sticking out.
Nice. Oh, I know that thing. There used to be a baby dragon in it. And he'll take it quickly and like kind of bundle it up under his arm. Actually, I guess he'll go ahead and just stash in his bag of holding real quick. But then tell Ganache to just kind of make himself unseen in there as best as he can.
Okay. I'll just say like the bones kind of fall apart into a corner somewhere on the
Yeah.
backside.
The little fucking ragdoll toys. He just collapses.
Yeah, just
in there. All right, cool. And then I'll leave him there and make my way. I guess either keep going through the wagons or make my way back to rendezvous with you.
Yeah, I was. What'd you say?
Rendezvous with you.
She will be back at the main wagon that we were posted at, and she's just like, I guess she wouldn't be. The wagon's posted, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she'll be sitting on the back of it, since she can't ride up on it or anything like that. But she's just like chilling on the back of as comfortable as she can get when you walk up. And are you like holding out the cloak?
Yeah, I think as I'm approaching the wagon and I kind of walk out of the darkness into what I'm guessing probably got like a candle lit on the back of the wagon or something, just so it's not total darkness. He'll just pull the cloak out of his bag. Hey, my bony friend found something I think belongs to you, and he'll kind of toss it onto your lap.
Where did you find this? And she's like looking at it to see if it's damaged or anything.
It's just very dusty.
Very dusty. So she
And your hands are
sweats
covered
it
in
out.
dust as well.
Hopefully that didn't get into my oh wait, no, I don't have ashy boots. That's a different pink-haired person. That's a different bag of holding. I suppose sometimes the most obvious answer is the most correct. we've got a very small problem.
What's the small problem?
Oh, it's like a small person problem.
But
But it's
It's
the
not- it's-
elusivist.
no, it wasn't him. He's not big enough. I heard earlier that it was someone taller than him.
It's either one of his compatriots or he's got stilts, but we found it in his wagon. Or he's being framed.
Maybe it's like a gang.
Corp suddenly has like a fucking hat and a Sherlock pipe. Come along, Watson. Ganache is just behind him.
Maybe they're in on it together. The whole caravan might be taking stuff from other people.
Like the whole caravan wants your cloak. It is a pretty nice cloak.
Did you say he wants my cloak?
What?
What? Did you say he wants my cloak?
Yeah, Elusivus wanted your cloak.
Well, he did originally, but the person who took it, I have no idea who it is.
Maybe he got one of his buddies to sneak back here and grab it. With a less specific silhouette.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't know, I'm just telling you where I found it.
Okay. She's going to, instead of putting it on, she's actually going to put it in her backpack.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to be seen with it.
Okay. Once you put it in your bag, again, you can see the campfires around, starting to blink out. Everyone's getting ready for bed again on the second day. Yeah, it's rolling into the evening and nighttime. Damn it, you rolled that so well. That was supposed to take like 4 episodes. I made it a stealth roll for a specific reason.
Sneak Ganache.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Ganache is posted up in the back of that dude's wagon, and I'll sleep guard at the back of ours again.
Euphoria is actually going to stay awake this night and stand guard.
I took a level of exhaustion.
Are you sleeping?
I took a level of exhaustion last night, so I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Okay.
If you stay awake tonight, you will take a level of exhaustion.
Okay. I'm willing to take a level of exhaustion.
And long rests don't reset until 7 days out.
Okay.
You're still going to be exhausted.
Okay.
Are you willing to also be exhausted for the next 5 days?
What is level 1 of exhaustion? Just disadvantage?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
I want as a okay, no, she's gonna sleep.
Okay.
She's gonna sleep.
Okay. Again, you wake up bright and early, 6 a.m. Undisturbed. Nothing seemed to happen throughout the night. It looks like everything in the back of your wagon looks intact, and everyone else just seems to be getting up and going about their day. again, it looks like it's going to be commonplace that it's oatmeal for breakfast. So if you want that, you can grab a bite to eat from Bade before you head out on the road. But the next 2 days pass without incident. It's just traveling on the road, walking the same schedule as the last 2 days. You stop, you make some friends with other, you make small talk with some of the other wagon masters and merchants along the road. You can see the cultists are still sticking with each other and not really conversing or making much of an attempt to intermingle with the other caravan members. Get to a spot, and it's about 8 o'clock. On the 5th day, as you're traveling, the sun's beating down on everyone's back. It's a cloudless day, hot, and as you roll around the corner, scroll around the computer. You come across a caravan, a wagon that's been stranded in the middle of the road. You're currently traveling through the Fields of the Dead, which is a region where if you light a fire at night, the past couple of nights you actually haven't lit fires because it seems to attract monsters from all around. So everyone's been on edge these last couple of days as you've been. All of the guards seem to be more at attention, watching to make sure there's no cretins about. But ahead of the caravan, you see a fight happening. There's a freight wagon that's been stranded on the side of its road, on the side of the road. The 2 horses that were pulling it, you can see lying dead in the pools of their own blood. You can see beneath the caravan looks to be a few humans who are kind of hidden beneath. They've taken crates from the top of the caravan and dragged them down underneath the wheels, and they've made like a makeshift fort beneath their caravan. You can see around the sides of the caravan, 7 hobgoblins seem to be poking at the crates with spears and swords, but they're being kept at bay for now by what looks like crossbow bolts that are being shot out from between the crates that are hiding the wagon. That's what you kind of see as you roll up on the trail. That's where I'm going to end it.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Awesome.
You see a bit of fire spark in Gormsh's eyes as he is a bit excited at the sight of blood and the possibility of cuckoo combat. Good shit. All right, cool. So we're on day 5.
From day 5.
And I gotta wait till day 7 for that exhaustion, correct?
Yes. Every 7 days, the caravan will take a rest so the animals can have rest and everyone can kind of rest up. And I'm going to match your long rests with that day of rest.
Cool. I can survive 2 more days. I'll be alright. I do wanna, I guess we got 2 more days to do this, but at some point I do want to attempt for the party to be all sneak mode and try and see what's in the back of the cultist wagons.
Okay.
Sounds good.
See if they're full of gold and treasure. Cool culty stuff.
The name of tonight's
Oh,
episode
yes.
is Does Anyone Need a Guard Around Here?
Okay. Does anyone need a guard around here? Thank you. Guard, not gourd.
We need a Gordon.
Gourd's with an O, right?
Mm-hmm.
$5, 5 gold a day for a professional gourd. All right. Well, that was a fun session.
That was a really fun session.
It's good stuff.
Had a good time. Any thoughts about who stole your cloak?
I have no idea.
I don't know why Longnose is so suspicious, but I'll be honest, it feels a little red herring-ish, and that someone planted the cloak in there. But I don't know why they would have done that. And I don't know that there was any other NPC that saw or heard Longnose trying to ask for the cloak. So.
I think it's Opie. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird guy with the fucking gargoyle statue, and for some reason he stole it.
Could be.
Can
Beans.
you chill?
I just beans too. Beans. You're breaking the immersion when we gotta open the wall.
It's Opie. I told you.
Opie.
It's Opie because we've been keeping her up all
You're
day.
a menace.
Because she kept us up all night.
Yeah, she's just like, well, what the fuck y'all doing in here?
I knew it was you.
I don't know. It's weird. The Ganache saw someone bigger than a halfling, but the halfling does have more people in his crew. It seems entirely believable that he could just be like, hey, person that's taller than me, go grab that.
It's true.
But it was awfully sneaky for no one to see anything, and they survived the blind check, so.
So they barely survived the blind check. They hit the DC on the nose.
Oh, beats it. I mean, that was a pretty good trap, though.
It
was. Good try.
Was.
Solid attempt.
But it's okay, we found it, we got lucky. But I don't know, what do you think?
I honestly don't know who it could have been. It could be somebody that's like way too nice to us, because what if it's the guy that's making the oatmeal?
Oh, Bade? You
Yeah,
think it's the
what
chef?
What if it's Bade?
That asshole, I gave him a rabbit.
I mean, he gave you free dinner, so the next couple of nights you've gotten free dinner from him.
Yeah.
So.
I would have continued hunting as well.
Okay.
Or at least trying to. Oh well.
I don't know.
I think it's the chef dude.
I don't know. Could be anyone. I don't know these people.
The cultists seem like the least suspicious people right now, weirdly enough, but
Yeah.
could be that someone in the cult trying to throw us off their tail by
Yeah.
making Longnose seem more suspicious.
Yeah.
We haven't got to inspect them at all. I really want to see what's in their wagons.
Yeah. What do you think you're gonna find in their wagons?
I hope it's full of gold and shit, all the
You
stuff
think
they're
it's gonna be-
transporting.
Gold? Like just straight up gold? Just
Well, they're supposed to be transporting all the gold to the other Hoard, right?
yeah.
Or at least that's the rumor we've
The
heard.
rumor, yeah.
That they're
But
transporting all the pillaged treasure.
do you think it's with these set of cultists or a different set that's somewhere else? Could be way ahead of us.
I feel like if I was transporting several cities' worth of gold, I mean, I'd probably want to do it in a big ass caravan.
You think so?
And I got like, we said 4 or 5 wagons?
They've got 5 wagons.
5 wagons, that's a lot of gold.
That is a lot.
3 members to each wagon.
That is a lot.
I mean, I probably would have guarded it a little more, but maybe that would have been suspicious. So
Yeah,
this seems like a pretty good spot to throw all your gold.
that's true. I don't know.
Where do you think they're taking it all? Where do you think the final hoard is at?
I don't think it's in Waterdeep.
No,
Mm-mm.
no,
No.
no. There's definitely a secret underground layer somewhere, a mountain layer.
You think it's like outside of Waterdeep?
I don't know. I don't know the map well enough to really make a guess, to be honest. But
Let's see.
So I'd say you guys are probably around here right now.
Okay.
You're somewhere in here. And here's Waterdeep.
Fields of the
Waterdeep's way
Dead,
over
Waterdeep's to the north.
Waterdeep's way
To the
over
north. Okay. And we're down there. I don't know. I would be.
So you'll be up here.
I
in
wouldn't-
60 days.
I would not be surprised if they suddenly disappear. Is this a mountain, Highmore?
Oh, there's Sword Mountains right behind Waterdeep. That's where that dragon is.
Sword Mountains.
Yeah.
There's some mountains here. I think Highmore is like almost like a
High elevation, snowy region or something going on?
almost like a inland swamp or something.
I
That's kinda what it
see.
looks like to me.
I see.
Got
Okay.
like some water here and stuff.
Sort of like a marsh area.
Yeah, and you've got like this
Inland
over here
swamp.
looks the same, and then there's this like mirror that's up here.
Well, more. Okay.
The Evermore's.
Is a moor another word for a swamp?
Think.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Interesting. I bet you're right. Sword Mountain sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Somewhere buried up in the Sword Mountains, yeah. Outside of Waterdeep there.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine they'd want to transport stuff that far, but that's pretty far reaching at that point. I don't know. We could send Nightshade Invisible in there and see what's up.
In the mountains?
In the wagons.
And the Oh, that's genius. Yeah. I know Opie's shutting bad.
It's the one room I never remember to vacuum either.
Oh, right.
It's pretty good, pretty good theory. I like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What's your theory?
As a I think they're actually going south all the way down to trade meat.
They're gonna about face at some point and go all the way south.
Yeah, obviously, because
They're gonna change route.
there's Dragon's Head Isle down here, so that's where they're gonna go. Obviously.
That would actually make a lot of sense. I wonder why they're walking so far north,
Yeah.
trying to throw us off. That wagon's probably full of chocolate coins. Sons of
That's what I
bitches.
think.
Sons of bitches. All right. Well, by the way, if you prefer your taskbar on the left-hand side instead of in the middle, I can show you how to do that
What do you mean?
on Windows 11.
Oh, I like it down low though.
No. Like on the left-hand corner, like it was in previous Windows, versus in the middle. I could just show you if you like.
Is this my taskbar?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Because
get it.
in previous Windows, it used to be on the left-hand, on the bottom left corner instead of in the middle. Personal preference.
Let me just do, just do that now. You can't see it at all.
All right. Well, that's a pretty cool looking map too.
Yeah, you're not supposed to look at that one yet.
Oh.
Don't look at it yet.
Stop looking at it.
Stop looking at it.
I hit the
All
wrong
right.
button.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it greatly. And we will catch you around another night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another night.
Another night.
Yeah.
Another session.
Be well, citizen.
Bye.
Well.